Alright. Back to the Dark Heresy Beta. Last time, Gun Cutter went down to the planet and learned that we're currently in the Underhive, or whatever, where they are suffering seed quakes. And there's also apparently Kroot and maybe a cult and a bunch of other stuff. And we're helping people investigate each other. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we picked up an Ogryn friend, picked up Larenthir and Eldari friend, maybe. Now we are trying to find the missing peoples. Yeah, I predict just literally walked off, but... Excavation upper level, lower town. Footprints.
That one. Talk. It attracts attention.
One of the songs of the depths rises nearby, somewhere near the water.
Elephant Footprints takes you east. Tries east. That's north.
I can feel the place where the veil is thinnest, somewhere close.
So I'm gonna do a bug report of that. Give me a moment. Area, lower town, aspect, I don't know. After following the footprints out from the excavation levels, the silver skull, it says the footprints go east, yet none of the rebuild. However, the rebuild footprints go all directions but east. Leave the footprints. It talked about it was referring to was ones that go north. Alright. Anyways, back to investigation. Draw buttons intermingle with all the tracks left behind. You must pinpoint the specific footprints you are looking for.
Reconnoitering.
Perform Larenthir's ritual.
Yes, I hear the song of the Empyrean with clarity in this place. Step aside and I will begin.
Okay. While Xeno freezes, one of his hands raised. At first you know something unusual, until the air around... You notice nothing unusual, until the air around the Eldar begins to fill with barely audible ringing, high-pitched, unpleasant, and surreal. You see Larenthir's fingers clench spasmodically several times, and a sniffled sound comes from the Vox speaker in his helmet. I think watch without interfering. This may be a part of the ritual. As though Larenthir turned to stone, only slight unnatural movements of his hands and head are reminiscent of a living creature. Last, after a few more moments, the Eldari shakes off his torpor. You hear a shallow breath fall from the Vox speaker in his helmet.
The song of the Empyrean is too complex. There are too many notes, all crushed together in utter cacophony. I could not make out the melody.
Are you alright? Then makes a nonchalant gesture of his hand. Strange attack seems to have no serious consequences. What have you learned?
Nothing. The Empyrean was not forthcoming, and it would be extremely unwise to press the issue.
All the songs you hear as dangerous as this one?
No, not all of them. However, some songs of this world are older than others. They are barely audible, but those who listen to them risk their very souls. Even I have been enthralled by it. But if such a song were to penetrate a monkey's consciousness, it would simply consume them.
So anything for us to protect ourselves from these songs.
Deaden your soul and your senses. Become more and more deaf to the world around you. You are already on your way to doing that, but enough questions. It is time for us to move on.
Alright, let's move.
New voices are calling to me. Let's find another place where I can hear their songs.
Okay.
Moving.
A note over here. Nope. Kinda makes sense. This was a dead end until I made it not a dead end. Let's not go that way just yet, because that will probably piss off a lot of people to walk up there with Larenthir.
Keeping my eyes open.
The third rule for keeping the pipe clean: don't leave pieces of your body in the pipe.
Mind
Draw
your
footprints and mingle with all the
surroundings.
tracks left behind. You must pinpoint the specific footprints you are looking for. Draw footprints and mingle with all tracks. It's good, so. Oh, this looks interesting. Okay, so keep an eye out for more of these circles.
Oh, Saint Sibelius, send me a heavy shift so that by my work I may glorify him.
Our man found the last trove of his life. The body was almost ripped to pieces by the crowd. Oof. Well, I guess I'm not getting those goods.
Hey, you with a tin throat. The Baron politely asks that you pack it in with these sermons if you try to make a fuss. He'll ask you impolitely.
Faithless ignorance. Once again you stand in the way of repentance. Once again you take salvation away from these people. We will endure it, but only for now.
Yeah, endure it. That's what the God Emperor told you to do. The rest of you, get out of here. Don't you have jobs to do?
Okay. Oh, Sergeant Fox signal. Still have to track that down.
You've got the wrong man. Let me go, and I'll tell you about the witch who lives near me.
Must be up here somewhere then.
At once.
Oh, what's this? Man in sumptuous clothing is shown on the cracked screen. Picture bears a caption. Istavel Barleduc went missing 2 weeks ago, last seen in Maris Portum Sectoris. Appearance: blonde hair, green eyes, wearing a red jacket with a gold-colored scarf around his neck. Height above average. Build slender. Identifying feature: gold implant in place of his right hand, tattoo of 2 skulls on his left leg. The SA owner left some personal notes below. Maris Portum is dangerous, and it smells like an outhouse, but his relatives paid the magistratum handsomely to look for him. This feeling's up, or I can say goodbye to my feet. This fellow seen on the shore? Man, why would he come down here? Let's talk about a maniac dismembering people. A lead? Delicate noble could fall victim to such a person. Found unidentified body parts on the shore. String clothes, hopefully not his devil. Similar remains found on the lower levels, cut symmetrically. For a signature style, and keep looking. Last entry is corrupted. It has a holographic map that looks like Mars Port. The text is unreadable, but the creator has marked 2 points and drawn a line between them.
The Holy Ordos teach vigilance.
P. Athletics succeeded. Lee.
Always on the move.
What's in here? Oh. Need a key. Footprints turn sharply south. Separate the footprints leading to the gateway. Separate the footprints leading to the shore. Separate the footprints leading to the upper town. Separate the footprints leading to the shore.
all powerful. Grant me the strength
It'll work
and
next
patience
time.
to overcome all
Bro.
trials.
Separate the footprints leading to the gateway.
That is beyond anyone's ability.
God dang it.
Success.
Trail of footprints that perfectly matches the previous set.
No sense in delaying.
We are all filthy, but these are filthier than the rest.
Seriously. So curious about the ones that lead to the shore. The ones around here belong to the Fusiliers and Algrid. There are no excavation workers here. Yeah, makes
Never
sense.
still for long.
Real quick, anything I can do? Found identified similar remains found in the lower levels, cut symmetrically closer to stone. Essentially covered. This holographic map looks like Maris Portum. The text is unreadable, but the creator has marked 2 points and drawn a line between them.
Always on the move.
Oh, that guy got whacked.
God Emperor, do not abandon us.
First locals will separate the footprints.
Awful lot of clean shirts hanging around. What?
Huh, what is this?
Best to try a different approach.
How many more times am I gonna roll over 90? Crap. Crude character of portrait painting. Never gonna learn anything.
When will it end?
No sense in delay.
Burst of blood? Oh, no. What's your stepmaster? You'll get dirty. I'll have to wipe up your footprints all over Marek Portum.
Can't read the tracks. Aspect signal is blocked for an unknown reason.
Are you looking for something here, Master? I'll make good for it. Please, don't kill me, Master. I've got 2 children.
Well, man in bulky diving suit stares, cross at the spilled black soul. Slurp, Shikoshi pells as if he has seen deaths. So. Why would I bother talking to you if I were here to punish you?
I don't know.
Failed. God dang it.
Stonehead can be decent now and again, and then he'll come down on you like a blow to the teeth.
Not here to do anything to you, so calm down.
Right enough. You're too clean looking to be from round here.
Searching for a group who were not here not long ago. Didn't work here. Clean face. Came from the excavation site.
Plenty of folk passed through here. 3 times in the last days, whole groups came through. Just recently, a crowd went by in that direction, toward the upper town. They often hold executions there, and about 15 people ran that way, toward the houses. Oh, that was a while ago, and some headed for the water, quite a few. None but us divers go there willingly. Only hermits and those the flock's driven half mad. The hermits linger there until the end. The others throw themselves off the shore into the sea.
Huh.
I heard a crowd of poor souls went to meet the sea not long ago, stepping off the shore. I didn't witness it. I was below, hauling up this cursed stuff.
That spilled black ooze size deep.
Well then, thanks for sparing me. I'll be off. Time to dive again soon, to make up for what's been spilled.
Okay. So we got directions from there. It's a government leopard crowd that came to execution. Excavation workers here.
What's your stepmaster? You'll get dirty.
What's going on here?
Wipe up your footprints all over
Moving.
Portum.
Release the divers and I promise you an easy death.
I can't believe you! The Baron's mutt! Everyone knows that your boss saws people's arms and legs off!
Listen, let the fishermen go and you can clear off back to the swamp. I promise I won't shoot you in the back. Not today.
Sure, we'll do that! These stinking fools are our best shot at some loot!
Stop, you idiot! Can't you see we've got a situation here?
Really thought carving aluminum tattoos looks mean and wary in equal measure.
Ugh. Shut your trap, newbie. Listen, you're not local, are you? Help us out, eh? I'm Calby, head of...
Woman diving suit without a helmet roughly shows the band's sight coming forward.
A new audience? Let's see what happens now.
Who are you in charge of? The slot?
Am I in charge of the carvers? Those loomers? No. Thank the God Emperor. The Baron is the one who holds their leash. I lead the divers. The ferals, the thugs from the swamps, are holding a couple of my boys for ransom in the warehouse. You look like you're armed. Maybe you can help us. These men only know how to pump themselves full of Gurgesum.
Looks like this situation is entirely under your control. Perhaps there's something I can do to help.
Call me dire Spike, I'm in charge here right now. Those bloody ferals, Crimson Fangs lot, got past the guard post and holed themselves up in the hangar. Only there's black sludging divers in there. Now they're asking for ransom. Usually they just grab someone or rob them and run back to the swamp. But they're getting cocky now.
Alright.
What we supposed to do, eh? We went to that hole in the ground to get our loot, and those vicious bastards was there. They took out 2 of our squads. Man's got to eat, you know. Now, I've got you. Tough luck. What can I say?
Dire Spike, who are these people anyway?
Scumbag! These outlaws call themselves ferals. When the water came, the Baron, the boss of us carvers, rose to power and began to restore order. He kicked out the looters and anyone who fought back and took charge of the town. So this lot decided to live in the swamps outside the border. That's how they got the name ferals. Sometimes they come in and cause situations.
Man with the bloody gums grins nastily in response. Smugly adjusts the weapon in his belt. Just killing the thing. Why are you attacking the fishermen? I have nothing for you to take.
What are we supposed to do? We went to the hole in the ground, and the swamp mutants was there. Had enough when you crazy man. Sick to those freaks on us. The bastards here hate the whole lot of us. We're not stupid enough to mess with them. Fishermen are easy, but you can ram your questions down the fish's throat. I've got nothing to say to any mutt of the Barons.
What do you want in exchange? I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I know what we should do.
Wait here, Fang. We're gonna settle this.
Don't take too long in there, all right? My boys will treat you buggers.
What's your plan?
Those savages want.
What? How come you didn't ask them? They want booze. Just want to throw their weight around, I reckon. They promise not to touch the fish eyes if we bring them booze.
Demanding alcohol. Why not give it to them?
I suggest we use Lord Commander Cherzo's tactics. During an assault on a fortress of heretics, he bribed smugglers to deliver a shipment of provisions laced with paralytic poisons. We could likewise find some effective toxin and add it to the drink.
If you get the drink, I'll handle the rest.
While I sympathize with the ferals, they are still looters and raiders. So, I mean, like, I should take them out. Oh, hello! Just now notice your message, because I forgot to actually enable the thing that shows me the messages. There we go, now that is fixed. Also, I just realized I was streaming on Kick without meaning to. Oops. So, stop that. Probably should have said something before ending it. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah, hello! Welcome to stream. Yeah. Thinking the poison idea.
Just be quick about it. This situation needs to go away quickly.
Inspect Dark Heresy. See, do not spare the makeshift statue of Saint Civilius. But his features are still visible under a layer of silken shells. Rip kick, yeah. Well, it's not letting me access the site right now for some reason. And until I figure that out, I can't change stuff or monitor things or whatnot. So, unfortunately, with no access to the site, chat, or, oh yeah, new Botrix emote. Is it just when it's capitalized?
No point flapping our gums. I've got to get my guys out.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Frowns at you, but there's hope in her eyes. Want to speak to me about something?
You mentioned poison. The Lumens don't need to know, but me and the boys brew some here. For personal use, you might say.
Unspiritual non-obvious shows you an injector. The repulsive green sludge. Guess poison the rot gut. I don't like these ferals. Even if they do just have it bad, like they're just making problems worse. So getting them out of the way would help. Poison the rot gut. Out to Crimson Fate. Evil Bird? I usually just cycle through them, so... Up next was the Avali. Though, the Demon Bird will probably be tomorrow. To do this diplomacy check. I need to confirm that the hostages are unharmed. Fine.
One person can go. Either you go, or you pick someone.
Tyranid model? That would be interesting, though I don't know where I would go with it. As far as, like, what route to go about making it, what to add to it. You know what I mean. One person can go, either you go or pick someone. I'll go.
All covers you from here.
Look out, lads! The negotiator's coming your way!
Receive 2 axes, okay.
Well, did you get a good look? Your bog-line pals are in one piece.
Let's keep them that way. Let the hostages go, then we can discuss further terms.
You're right. There'll be more terms to come. And to make you all more agreeable, the negotiators got to bleed.
Idiots. Yes, start the battle. Character defended against attack took no damage. Defense is one of the most effective ways to avoid damage. But it is difficult to increase its value, and does not protect you against all types of attacks. What abilities do you have? That's 9 is one. Enable that. Yeah, it looks very nice, in my opinion. High weapon, precise attack. Precise attack. Here you can choose which body part target with precise attack. Note, hits a different body parts lead to different outcome. Stacks to torso always have a 100% hit chance. On a hit, the target's initiative will be affected. Missed. God dang it. Oh, you actually have to hold to intern. Bruh. How do you miss an Ogren? Is the type with this trigger. type of the triggered effect is determined by a 100-sided die. Roll. The chance to trigger psychic phenomena is 95% and perils of the warp is 5%. If psychic phenomena is triggered, the odds of triggering perils of the warp are increased by 20%. If perils of the warp is triggered, this chance is reset to its basic value. Okay. Alright. Then we can just firestorm these idiots. The pipe! Thank you for the follow. And the timing of it. Then Blaze Weaver to cause them burning again.
The veil is tearing!
Alright.
At least it stopped that attack.
The inflicted damages with no return. Uses ability frag grenade. Concentrates, and after 2 enemies in their turn, throws a grenade that deals 15 damage to each target in the area of effect and disrupts their concentration. So your armed ability suffer 50% more damage. Disrupts concentration if it hit the arms. Concentration broken. Nice. Slightly injured head. Is removed out of every battle. Man gets some battle abilities and resting safe can cure. Intelligence, willpower, and fellowship are reduced by 20. This is fine though. This is fine. Let's go for the lakes to disrupt initiative.
With purpose.
Well, I collected their turns real fast. Slaughter. Injects a target with the reflex enhancing pumps, increasing target's MP by 3 and defense by 12. A friendly creature within touching distance. And his range attack area is increased. Target hit by his attack from spell. Concentration is disrupted. Dead. Much more I can really do though. These things just free usage. Did you inject yourself? No. I mean, get poked. Some more defense. Iron deals 11 damage to each unit or object in front of him. Disrupts the target's concentration. Suffer -2 morale. Charge. Dirt. Bruh. Legs injured. Execution. The unit concentrates, and after 3 enemies in their turns, executes the diver hostage. It automatically hits, killing the hostage instantly. They'll be fine. He's less fine. Honestly, need to get in there now. Concentration broken. Nice. Failed to apply, but alright. Miss. Alright. And I guess ammo doesn't matter? There's no reload or anything. Okay. Ow. Ow. How in the world are you not injured yet? Considering everything else has been like just nothing but injuries. Bruh. Stop getting blocked, Laren Deer. Bro, what was that? Did they just start attacking each other that their morale really gets that low? Start combat. Whenever it deals damage to target with lower morale, the unit leader dies, the unit suffers an additional improvement. Lore accurate or something. Yeah. Starting to suffer -2 AP if there are no allies within their influence. Evilness effect. Okay. Well, that'll be fine. Oh no, I forgot to turn off Rhymes Unspoken. Enemy surrenders. Victory yours. All enemy groups' morale strength is shattered. They are ready to surrender. Do you want to continue the battle or end it now? Okay. Excuse me, continue combat. Okay. I was about to say, wait, peace? And then, no. They're killed anyways. Straight up execute. Now the limb tattoo stands, loose limbed and relaxed, as if he were the one who had just killed all the ferals. It is nice that you can just end combat like that rather than having to go through like the cleanup process. But I find it absolutely hilarious that it's just execute. It's like mercy? Nah. There is no mercy, there is no prisoners.
Yeah, hello to you. You'd never know your shirt was clean. That worked a treat, so the Baron won't be chopping off any of my limbs today. You did well. You pleased our boss. When he gets upset, people start disappearing, you know? Anyway, here you go. I owe you one.
Items received. The Unbreakable. Whereas armor durability is reduced to 0, the cost of using consumable is reduced by -1 until the end of combat. Inside of this otherwise unmarked armor, how much material found its way to lower levels of the hive is a mystery. Okay. Lemon shift. Sauce believe in the grand design of the fulfillment wish demands unity and accord with the endless rings of the Imperium. What is this sludge that you're so worried about?
Raw material from the sea bottom. The divers bring it to shore, and the Baron makes good guessing out of it. Valuable stuff.
Huh. Okay. Glad I could help. Should be going. Autoguns. Combat experience, but you get more experience for using crappy weapons. Is that really what I'm reading here? That's hilarious. No, it's not actually. No. Bruiser armor, heavy armor. Okay. Choose an ability. Close encounter. Target enemy without provoking attacks from shooting. In turn, suffers that much when attacking the chip chance. Target suffers his abilities increased by +4. Defense and damage reduction are reduced by 14. Those targets afflicted by exploit, it suffers 8 more vitals damage. A single attack deals percentage of missing durability and divided by 2, more damage to armor, and percentage of missing wounds, more damage to wounds. Target enemy suffers exploit effect. For 1 round, enemy suffering from exploit suffer that much more additional damage. Holy crap, these are some powerful things. Honestly, I like all of these. I think I'm going to take critical vulnerability, though. That's until the end of combat. And greatly benefits allies. Then they get a talent. The weak don't count. Whenever the criminal kills a disposable enemy, they make an extra attack. The attack costs -1 AP less to a minimum of 1. Can be triggered once per round. That more damage. That's right. Gain that much more versus concentrating units. Stops concentrating. They suffer morale. 14 damage to armor and durability. Target attack as a mechanism recovers. Bonus damage increased by 3. Forged with armor durability is reduced 0. They deal 8 damage to all enemies within their influence. Old character gains plus 13% damage bonus. Removes exploit from the target. Target's morale is reduced by 2. Highest attacks, it gains 70 against targets the character has already hit this combat. Character's hit chance with a precise attack is above 100%, aim percentage is over 100%, lowers the target's resistance to critical effects. Does that much damage to enemies at a distance of 7 cells or farther. Operative's hit chance against enemies suffering from exploit is increased by the same amount as damage dealt. Survivability. Whenever it enters operative's melee range for the first time after their turn. And against one attack for this round, and performs an attack opportunity against the enemy. Whenever an enemy enters operative's melee range for the first time after their turn, plus 8 damage. Melee attack for this round performs an attack opportunity against that enemy. Dang. Defense is increased by 4. The armor durability is 0, this bonus is doubled to 8. Repair kits cost that much. Once per combat, repair kit is not expended when used and may be used again. Operative gains that much. Does not provoke from enemies damaged by the operative this round. Target themselves kill the target expend. Suffer exploit again and must pass a metal test or become disheartened. And bioparts for precise attack grants the following bonus. I think I'll go for Unburden, because that's pretty nice to get just extra defense. So I don't get just, you know, whacked. Skibbles. Alright, ability. Molten Beam. Fun. Blood of Martyrs. If you attack the God Emperor's shield or God Emperor's crushing shield takes damage, it's shared evenly among all units within the same effect. Select power targets all units in a 5-cell line with a beam of searing flames. 10 plus targets levels of burning damage. It's pass a reflex save with that or suffer additional damage to the armor durability. Melee bonus is melee weapon is blessed and deals additional damage. Start the next turn, the target gains plus 6 damage reduction and plus 6 armor durability. It's actually pretty nice. Concentrates on creating a teleconnect dome in the battlefield. Lasts until the end of combat or until the Psychic decides to move the dome to another area. All units inside the dome gain that much against range attacks from outside. I think I'll take Telekinetic Barrier. It's actually pretty helpful. But Molten Beam is very tempting. Talent. Mystic uses a second power on cover. The target's resistance to tenacity are reduced. Misses attacking the second power, still that much of damage from its distance. Its weapons attacks and deal that much more damage. Suckers burning, they deal more damage. And then the Psyker uses all units within their influence suffer that much damage. Same effect triggers when the Psyker suffers damage from melee attacks, burning, or bleeding. That's not too much, because Veil Degradation goes up to like, what, 20? So that's 10 points of damage if I'm pushing everything. I mean, that could get crazy with the right build, but not for the build I'm planning for this guy. Psyker suffers that much less burning damage and deals 4% more damage. Area. Sword of Faith is increased by +2. I don't have Sword of Faith, though. He hits an allied unit away that with a melee attack. The enemy must pass resistance test or suffer lulls of burning. Those melee attacks and psychic powers do 3% more damage for every cell in a straight line between their turns starting and finishing points. Psychic inflicts a common negative effect. Uses a cell on target. The enemy closest to that target that is not assailed must pass this or become assailed. Psychic deals that much psychic powers than soul projectile weapons. It's psychic power that can move through allies and enemies until the end of their turn. Psychic gains +1 AP and +1 defense for every burning unit to a maximum current Veil Degradation. And +5 intelligence and +3 defense until the next turn. It stacks. Psychic inflicts a common negative effect or uses a cell on target. Psychic gains +1 defense until the next turn. It stacks. Times int bonus. Willpower bonus divided by 2. Both are good. Bonuses granted by that are doubled for allies below 30% wounds. Allies remove 1 random negative effect at the start of their turn, status effect, or 1 critical stage. Gains that effect, they gain 6% of their missing wounds. Fellowship bonus. Interesting though. Every upgrade to lower warp increases all other lower skills by +5. All lower skill upgrades increase lower warp by +5. Interesting. Some more at the start of the turn, they gain morale and AP. Degradation is changed, increased, or reduced by an amount equal to the 6 morale. +1 AP, Veil Degradation is 12 or more. Powers with a range of 2 or more cells have the range increased. Veil Degradation is 15 or higher. Can be reapplied to spells that were already rhymed. So increases Veil Degradation. Psychic powers rhymed no longer receive increased Veil Degradation. Instead, they reduce it by -2. The chance of triggering psychic phenomenon where powers of the warp is -9% for all psychic abilities used by the sanctioned pyromancer. Like, I'm gonna go with this one right now just to get lore skills up. Although Otherworldly Gaze and Strict Poetic Meter are very interesting. Hey, ability. Dash. Okay. So there's a cover attacks made against them automatically hit their cover. Damage dealt to it is increased by 50%. And this target deals 28% more range damage to enemies within the soldier's influence. Let's go with Dash. Get her around better. And out of combat melee better. Target armor attacks deal damage to the target's armor equal to 14% of its missing armor durability. This character reduces the target's armor durability to 0. That target and each unit within the target's influence suffer 11 damage. Target character's attacks reduce the enemy's armor durability to 0. That enemy suffers 9% damage. Epine's ranged area attacks have a chance to hit any body part without aiming for any part in particular. They also have a chance to inflict critical effects while doing so. When an enemy enters Epine's melee range, she automatically loses charging Scaffold Claw Strike ability against that enemy for 0 AP. His left hand slot must be free of any one-handed weapons. This ability may be used once per round. Interesting. I'll start and it deals 3% more damage. Make attacks with 200 ranged weapons while in melee range. Each enemy hit by a soldier's ranged area attacks, the damage dealt by the soldier's next area attack is increased. Now gains +1 defense for each cell between the soldier's position and their position at the end of it. Because kits cost 1 AP less to use. Healing provided by combat searching medical kits increased by 7% for every MP unspent by a penny. On the same. You can apply her combat surgery and slayer injection abilities to herself. These abilities cost 0 AP the first time she uses each of them in combat. Actually, I'm going to go with self-surgery because that allows her to give herself more MP and defense as well as heal herself, which could be really helpful. Nice. So now her dash is increased by 1 cell, and she heals allies if she lands next to them. Cool. You. Let's go dash as well to get you around. I don't think your influence is like that high. Does not say here what your influence is. But it should say here in the inventory slot. Influence is 2. So if they're within 2 cells of you, you gain a bonus damage, but like that's highly unlikely. And probably not helpful. Yeah, let's go with dash. Burst fire. Last shot in a burst deals that much more damage. Target for the first attack gains that much rate of fire. Cool. Time hammer throws a grenade. A frag grenade appears in the same slot. A grenade for a rainy day. Sometimes a burst shot hits the same target, deals 5% more damage than the previous one. Soldier can make attacks with 2-handed ranged weapons while in melee range. Enemy hit by the soldier's ranged attacks. Mara gains 12 defense while wielding a heavy weapon and having no cover. Interesting. Mara gains wounds equal to 4% of the damage is taken over the round. If he is about to fall unconscious due to damage over time effects, he remains in combat with 1 wound. Targets hit by rate of fire divided 2 or more shots from person must pass with a tenacity test or become immobilized. His chance to ignore penalties morale equal to half of his cat change on welcome load levels. Whenever penalties ignore, Hammer gains 2 morale instead. +7 ballistic skill bonus. Let's go with that, because he may not always have access to cover. And that's also kind of helpful. Cog. Where his melee attack deals 32% more damage to enemies' armor. Does 12% more damage. However, targets of the warrior's attack will perform a counterattack. Dashes through the target to the cell on the opposite side, making an attack that deals 50% damage. Can be used 1 time per turn. Only once per target per turn. Not expend CP. Warrior marks an enemy until the end of the warrior's next turn. They gain +12 defense against that enemy's attacks and deal 8 more melee damage to that enemy. Let's go with Sworn Enemy. Warrior's first melee attack on their turn, except charge, does not spend MP. Warrior deals 3% more damage with melee attacks. Weapon skill bonus. Warrior's melee damage is increased by armor reduction, divided by 2. Warrior's MP is increased by 3. Agility bonus. Interesting. Cog deals 100% more damage to cover. When cover is destroyed, all enemies within 1 cell around that cover must pass through the step and suffer a random critical effect with their arms, legs, or body. Cog can move through cells occupied by enemies smaller than him, dealing 12 damage to them. He cannot finish his turn on an occupied cell. During the first round of combat, damage dealt to the warrior's armor is reduced by half. Warrior automatically passes the first 6 resistance tests in combat. Gains +5 defense against melee attacks. 2 plus weapon skill. Character gains +4 defense. Damage reduction divided by 4. Next from armor durability is increased by 31%. 19 plus toughness bonus plus strength bonus. Crap. Within Cog's influence suffer like that. And when Cog starts his turn with melee, influence gains +2 morale and +32 metal. Let's go with this and just stack his armor. Ability skill based off intimidation. What's your intimidation? 65, because it's based off of toughness. It's one of your highest stats. Already based on toughness, already based on toughness. Not based on anything. Telekinetic barrier. Willpower and int, which is surprisingly low. And dome, coming doom. Sacred Now is affected by guidance, gain that much more vitals damage and that much hit chance. For 1 round, all attacks against the way Secret Allies affected by guidance are made with a penalty to hit chance. Go the way of the unattainable. Make it harder to get hit. Second weapon attack on this turn is the same type. Hit chance is increased. With a different type, the target's defense is reduced. Okay. Second attack against the same target in turn deals more damage. Missive uses second power. Oh. Mystic Force weapons, deal more damage. Kinetic charge, telekinetic echo, unstoppable force. Cargo and conclusion. Character's next precise attack made after using a psychic ability deals 12% more damage and costs -1 AP. Does not stack. Character's precise attack ignores 15 damage reduction and defense. Ooh. Each ranged weapon in the current set grants the character +5 defense against ranged attacks. Each melee weapon grants +5 defense against melee attacks. For 1 round after the guidance effect ends, allies are still considered guided. They do not retain the benefits of the effect. Powers targeting allies, the Wayseeker ignores negative morale, treating the morale as 0 or higher. Powers targeting enemies, the Wayseeker ignores positive morale, treating it as 0 or lower. All supporting effects granted by Plan Theory to allies increase the allies' defense by +4, and allow them to ignore 9 enemy defense for 1 round. Perception bonus and 5+ perception bonus. Allies in the round learning through gain that much. Increased bonus to all skill tests against critical effects. Let's go with Imminent Lunge, because that's kind of like his whole thing. Also, that's a pretty powerful damage reduction and defense, so it's hit real good. So what's this? Skill on awareness. Do you have anything here that does not skill on awareness? Put that there. Oh, his weapon skill is actually higher than awareness, isn't it? Oh, this is also like one of the first level up sessions that I've seen these abilities and stuff. Okay, get some stuff. Rope.
Never still for long.
Stinking black liquid slushes around inside the barrel. Strange. It's unclear that waste would be stored with such care. Anything interesting to see from up here? Nope. So I realize now too, we still have the poisoned alcohol and the chemotoxin. Cool.
Thank you. If I could have children, I'd name them after you.
If I could have children, that sounds so messed up. Even with small weather being faces.
Thanks for my boys, by the way. The Baron's oaths would never have pulled anyone out. What is it you want?
Who are you?
The locals call me Kelby. I lead the divers in this hab zone. I take them down to the very bottom and retrieve what the Baron really likes. With this pretty mouth here.
What? Tell me more about your hab zone.
We haven't got much, you know, but something remains still. One could say You have arrived just in time to witness the last grasps of Maris Portum. What do you want to know?
What is this place?
You can't make a stew if you don't know any fishing spots. I'll tell you, that is no skin off my nose. This is our home. This is where we prepare to dive to the bottom of this rotten world. And there is a town around us. Our town. Not the upper town, of course, but it still beats living in the swamps.
Tell me about the divers.
Ask away. We're quiet people, we have nothing to hide.
What do divers do?
Before the flood, we used to fish and grow seaweed. Then fab manufactorums would grind them into rations and send them through the gateway to the upper hypers. And in return, they would send us food and medicine. Oh, those were good times. And now, well, we dive. This work is important. Without us, the Baron would be left without his precious Gurgesum. And we would be left without his guns and his grub.
Chuckles, cocking back her head. Notices scaly patches covering her chest and neck. Noticing a stare, she immediately stops laughing and glumly tucks her chin into her chest. Their bodies have been distorted by mutations that they carefully conceal. Huh. So you extract unrefined Gurks. Can you tell me more about it?
Here's how it is. The Baron distills his poison from raw stuff that comes straight from the bottom of the sea. From tiny little wells darker than a Grotz's arse. These smokers only appear deep, deep down, and so we dive down to them. We attach hoses and pump the stuff into cylinders. Except the pumps break constantly, and we often have to use our mouths to get the flow going. Or that shit won't go the right way.
And suddenly opens her mouth wide,
This job's
revealing a
not for
completely black
everyone.
tongue. See that her entire
People
throat is covered with an
drown,
oily,
get
shiny
poisoned,
film.
die. But you never go without. Everyone needs you.
Delighted with the impression she has made, Cubby shuts her mouth and starts cackling. You dive too.
I'm cleaning my suit right now, in case you haven't noticed. I can't be wading about the bottom all the time. Once I'm done with this, I'm heading to see the Baron again. You might have dealt with the ferals, but my people say they've seen those beak faces on the shore again. May the sea take them. They came all the way from their distant shores and now they're throwing their weight around. If you're here because of them, you should go see the Baron as well. He somehow managed to put them in their place the last time.
Huh. You lived here long.
We've been here since Maris Portum was founded. My ancestors first fished here, then built boats, and then invented diving suits. We survived a lot. But these floods, I doubt we'll be surviving them. We
Hello,
used
Potato.
to give our dead to the sea. And now it's come for us. Seems we failed to appease it.
Offering their dead to the... That seems like a means of burial, though. So probably not something too sinister, and probably not of people not from here.
I told you we're simple folk.
You can tell me about Professor Ursimus.
That first Ursimus himself was nothing special. Just a run-of-the-mill sanctimonious preacher. He talked a lot about Sibelius. And then, he went through the gateway and didn't come back for a long time. They say he went all the way to the Silenza Sictoris. The one that was burned for its people's wickedness. I don't know what happened to him there, but he came back injured all over.
Wounds that never healed.
Since then, all he talks about gathered other oddballs around him and called them the Flock of Repentance. They're not too bad. They keep their hands to themselves, and I'm grateful for that. But the ones who listen to Ursimus's new words, you see, he speaks as smooth as you like. And what he says sounds quite true. We all must suffer to purify our souls, he says. But our simpletons think that if you flay your hands and throw your neighbor into an acid vat, the God Emperor will immediately forgive you. And the worst thing is that more and more people are listening to Ursimus. It looks like our time is running out, and people have started thinking about their souls. What if the God Emperor will forgive them? So they rush to the flock. The ranks of penitents swell with every passing day. It can't lead to anything good.
Think of the Baron.
The same way I think of a knife in my leg. While it's in there, I'll be in a lot of pain and discomfort. But if I take it out, I'll bleed to death. After the Seaquake, the Baron and his carvers took power and have been keeping the locals in line, mostly. Anyone who doesn't like it doesn't live long. They disappear without a trace. And if anyone thinks of rebelling or mistreating the Baron's folk, he's quick to show what happens to such loudmouths. Usually in the square. He takes the person who upset him, grabs a large saw and cuts off their hands and feet. They say he always takes the heads so he can keep track of the names and numbers put under his knife.
There was all public execution. Just record all those killed. Ancient Lumos, who were they?
Ah, they're the carvers, the Baron's minions. They paint their bodies with luminous paint so that everyone knows who they belong to. If it weren't for the Baron, may the sea take him, they would be common thugs. But he brought them together and keeps them under his thumb. He got them hooked on Gurgesum. So now they'll do anything for another dose and listen to him like he's their own father. They are all twitchy, though. Either from the Gurgesum or from not sleeping for weeks after taking it. But at least they don't suffer from nightmares like the rest of us.
Suffer from insomnia due to their Gargasum consumption. Interesting. These beak faces you're talking about.
A bunch of freaks that showed up after the Seaquake. Must have come out of the distant pipes. Hideous things with beaks instead of mouths. They swooped in, killed some of our folk, and even ate someone, if the rumors are to be believed. I think they must be starving to death since they came from the swamps. The ferals don't turn their noses up at human flesh when they're really hungry either. The Baron kicked the beak faces in the arse and sent them packing. Except, he started being friendly with them later. Damn it.
Say that'll do for now.
You don't want to know anything else about Maris Portum? Thank the God Emperor for that.
What's that profane idling or something? It looks heretical.
Heretical? God Emperor have mercy. Oh, didn't you recognize the saint? Who's the idolater here then, eh? That's Sibelius the Infallible. The sea roughed him up a bit, of course, but we're no strangers to that, so we dredged him up from the bottom, stood him up, and now we honor him just like rotten fish instructed.
Looking for a man named Rufnus Scruggs. Not from around here, would have been a recent revival.
I do remember one shore rat. Always hovering about. Was very interested in learning about us. And about the Baron's Gurgesum. He even suggested my boys gorge on that gunk and take a walk on the seabed. But we don't take Gurgesum, only real sludge. It opens your eyes a little wider, but Gurgesum stops them from closing at all. Understand?
What? I've learned everything I need.
So long, shore rats. If you want anything else, come back and we will prattle some more.
Grace containing half-faded seals in the Astromil target. The has been ravaged by rust but remains intact. Alright, so I got a bunch of stuff. Agent took keen interest in the effects of regressing on living beings. Okay. Oh god. Baron's gang suffer from insomnia due to their regressive consumption. He saves them from nightmares. Gang is willing to offer assessment. Okay.
The sergeant said stay away from those. They're not right in the head, that's what he said.
Okay, I was expecting something from Eponine, but cool. Cog gets to say something. Block of Repentance. College Confessor had previously followed teaching the Sibyllus Infallible for years that changed 7 months ago when the Confessor renounced, his patron.
These believers put themselves into an ecstatic trance by means of painful sensations. According to my observations, people in this state are highly suggestible.
Send themselves to ecstasy by self-mutilation. State of mind, people are highly successful. Influence of and his blocking the people is growing by the day. So the Chris found the Diver's warehouse in the lower town. Sea creature idol in the camp is a statue of Saint Sibyllus, which has been raised from the bottom of the sea by the divers. The divers' bodies have been destroyed by mutations that they are carefully concealed, and corpses of the kin to the sea that feeds them as the diver trains and certain centuries. There's our apprentice on the YouTube. Contradiction detected. Yeah, no crap. Feral. Certain things the Pharaoh's not risk exploring the excavation site because of the bog beast that's scalded about there. A tip from the Baron, the bog beast eliminating nearly all Pharaoh gangs in the outskirts of Hab zones.
The Fusiliers beat those beggars a lot. The sergeant said there wasn't many now, because they got scared.
Alright, I'm involved in eliminating Pharaohs in the Hab zone. And prefers all public executions. The whole Carver's gang is just out here. I'll put them next to the Baron, though. Tragedy of Silencia Sectors. A few months ago, Confessor Erasmus embarked on an outreach mission to the neighboring Silencia Sectors Hab zone, where he suffered wounds that never healed. Burned to the ground after a massacre broke out there. Confessor Erasmus renounced that Saint Sibyllus had begun. I'm preaching repentance of transgressions through suffering. and bog beasts have been terrorizing Mars Bottom since the first sequel. Kroot carnivorous are devouring the inhabitants of the Mars tourists to strengthen and develop their clan. The clan of the bog beasts have been terrorizing the settlement and found their way to the excavation site as well. They are known to steal human belongings, which means they also target people themselves for profit. On the excavation site were abducted by the clan of settlement and have been terrorizing the settlement. Alright, it's obvious that bog beasts are the strange tracks, the Kroot. Sinister rituals in Sort of Town, which they throw bloody corpses into the sea. False idol, performing sacrificial rituals in its honor of that version heresy. Open corpse can see that feeds them as the divers should instructed by the century. See future idol on the camp is a statue of St. Sibyl, which has been raised from the bottom of the sea by the divers. Divers killed the expedition members for ritual purposes and disposed of their bodies. Except they only offer their kin, not, random people. Divers dispose of the bodies of those unwanted by the Baron in the sea, thereby covering their tracks. Except the Baron holds at public executions, and the divers don't work with the Baron in that way. So this is wrong because they're not worshipping a false idol. This is wrong because they only offer their kin, and this is wrong because they don't work for the Baron in that way. Locals do not dare to go against the Baron. All those undesirable to him disappear without trace. Carver's eliminated when he stirs up trouble in Respirunum, except he prefers the whole thing. The Zenvas are being ill-tempered and prone to acts of violence. Kill people and have the bodies afterwards, except public executions. Haven't found anything that states how he disappears people. Pharaohs constantly invading town, robbing and capturing local inhabitants. Posture check. Alright. I actually was kind of leaning in a weird way. Thank you. Who is? Doing pretty good. Not really working on anything specific, but kind of had a busy past few weeks due to family, and now it's kind of calmed down. So, distant family that came to visit. So nothing like bad. It's just simply there's suddenly more people in the house than usual. And now things are back to normal. So. But other than that, it's just been kind of going. How are you doing? Hailing sawdust. Don't do that with too much. Ooh, fallen tree, that's no fun.
Thank you. If I could have children, I'd name them after you.
Oh, what's this over here?
Be on your guard.
Even tattoos and traces of numerous wounds are visible on the body. Looks like the unfortunate man was beaten to death by an entire throng. Dozens of trees. That sucks.
Trail lost. Additional visual scanning of the vicinity is advised.
Corpse of a worker without a service number. Definitely not one of Milcinta's workers.
No sense in delaying.
That comes with move effort, but his dog will be pumping air somewhere deep below. Boats built of rubbish and bike's pipe. It looks shoddy.
I'm not handing it over. I found it first.
I asked nicely, you piece of grog shit. Now I'm not gonna be nice anymore.
Oof.
Where'd you come from? Forget the jacket. I was never here.
Forget the jacket. Fusilier jacket. From armor of a regiment of the Scintillant Fusiliers, bearing a sergeant's insignia.
At once.
Okay, let's go find the Vox thing real quick. Back over here.
And then the upper hiver ripped the barrels to pieces. Fancy that.
It's the junior commanders officers of the Scintillant 4 years in other regions. These are worn only by senior officers. Woman standing behind the counter has an impressive mane woven from dried seaweed and wears clothing crafted from old deep sea diving suit. Tarnished, time-worn copper aquila hangs on her chest. She smiles at you, revealing 2 rows of blue-black teeth.
Step right up and take your pick, Master. Inktooth offers the best the sea has to toss up.
Daunting tower of assorted junk, covered in shells and seaweed debris, sits on the trader's makeshift counter. Among the cluttering notes, a few seemingly intact injectors, a rusty knife, and a rather decent pair of boots. Pipe issued to officers of the Scintillant Fusiliers, not just regular guardsmen. Inspect the knife.
This knife used to belong to a daring man. He wielded it to shield his family from the swamp mutants and lost his life. Later, his children brought me the knife. I traded them 3 rations for it.
Nice blade so eaten away by rust that a few holes pierce right through it. Handle is a crude replacement with the letter I burned into the surface. Might put it to good use. Let's trade.
Great choice, Master. Give it a little scrape with a slipstone, and it'll sharpen right up, good as new.
Selling or trading? I have a few skins on me.
What am I supposed to do with sense, kind Master? We've never used money around here. We trade everything. If you have Medicaid kits, that's crackin'. They're much needed here. I'll trade anything for them. Guess will do as well. The Baron's charging triple for it these days.
He was belonging to an officer of the Astra Militarum.
What? How was I to know? I traded rotten fish for him. So go knock on her door. How about you take him off my hands before I get into trouble?
Where can I find those rotten fish?
You'll have to go to the island where the hermits make their home, Master.
Well, a trader who respects authority. Alright, I'll take them.
Thanks a lot, Master. Just take them someplace far away, will ya? I don't need any trouble.
Alright, let's go.
Come back anytime, kind Master. Inktooth always has only the best.
Trade. Oh, sweet, I can buy stuff. Spawning auto pistol. It's all junk. Takes a bottle of rock gut. Take the rope from that K kit. A fuse. Sure, I'll take that too. Yeah, I'll take the pistol as well. Let's deal. Or I make a crap ton of money. I'll take the fire grenade too, because why not? I don't know how you have enough money to buy all that crap, but have fun with it, I guess.
Feast your eyes and trade. We found new rations.
Moving.
Hardly any mold on them.
Is that 8 stars? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not 8 stars. Still suspicious though.
You want 3 ration packs for a knife? Are you crazy? Where would I get that much food?
We'll clear this part shortcut. Sweet.
At once. Staying sharp.
I also forget. Let's remove my cripple.
Your job here is done.
Sweet.
Keeping my eyes open.
Everyone over here.
I once interrogated a heretic who claimed he couldn't be bled. The fire flames confirmed his words.
Ah, here we go.
Low signal strength. Recommendation: find another source.
Always on the move.
Okay.
Haven't seen Bron in a while.
Gone scrounging. He kept saying he knew a place. Maybe
He didn't mean the camp with the woman in black. When'd she get here?
right around the time he disappeared, actually. Oh, saints. Ron's not coming back, is he?
I haven't seen Bron in a while.
At once.
Gone scrounging. He kept saying he knew a place.
Cape of the Champion. Whenever an enemy loses morale within the wearer's influence, the wearer gains +1 arm durability. Cool. Keykeeper.
Effective as always.
Updated model has been found. Supposition. The key is part of the padlock on the storage.
Still the key.
Why'd I even agree to
Reconnoitering.
guard the warehouse? Wish I'd gone to the excavation. They say there are rich pickings there.
The Holy Orders teach vigilance.
Rope is needed here. I got rope.
Success.
Sweet. And I made back all the money of the stuff I spent for the rope.
Commander, it's a Fusilier. What we want with a blockhead is what he said. Yeah. I liked his buttons. Pretty.
Never still for long. Tread carefully.
Search.
Effective as always. The Holy
Inspect.
Orders teach
Cover
vigilance.
dirt, soot, but polished gold-plated buttons. We want his chest. Got the gold-plated buttons. Give them to Cog.
Commander, it's a Fusilier. What we want with a blockhead is what he said. Yeah. I liked his buttons. Pretty.
See if that Cog's favorite button. All's complete. Started comment. Query gains +1 morale. Equipped only by Cog. All's complete set of buttons. And boss with the Fusilier's coat of arms. Button. That's not what I meant. Alright. Inspect.
That is beyond anyone's ability.
Dang. Use Gear X a makeshift water wheel that now powers the ancient generator. Goods. Exorcist Ring. Wear damage over time deals +5 more damage to Xenos and demons. Dang. Dreaded Lasgun.
Always on the move.
Commander!
Have a ring. Also have a better lasgun.
It's a Fusilier!
Adequate.
We went with a blockade, is what he said. Yeah, I liked his buttons. Pretty.
Well, I can take the rope back.
Tread carefully. Reconnoitering.
But I stole the key, so I can just go use the key.
Haven't seen Bron in a while.
Stole the key, might as well use the key. It's also a quick save before something goes wrong. Rusty valve. Okay, that's useful. Somewhere. Sleight of hand. Nice. Catachan combat boots. Wears burst shots, gain plus 10% hit chance. Oh. Bulgrin's mace. Medkit kits. Oh, nice.
Always on the move.
Catachan guy, have the Catachan boots. Ogren, have the wacky stick. Oh, it's basically the same thing. But, just does more damage to cover, and that does more damage to enemies that have not suffered damage. Okay, I guess keep your covert Ogren mace? Whatever.
Reconnoitering.
Wrong man. When will it end? First the blood, now the ferals.
Come to mess with people's heads some more? Get out of the barracks.
Keeping my eyes open.
Come to mess with people's heads.
Little faces
some
sketched in
more?
ink, one on top of the other. Eyes, mouth, and noses overlap to create an indistinct image of a monster.
By rejecting me, you are going against
Sucking cheeks
the
and
God
sharp
Emperor's
cheeks,
will.
top, thin mouth, twisted.
Repent before the final hour comes. Repent, for the blood of martyrs is the seed of faith.
One with the angular facial features.
Is he threatening us? You all heard that? He's threatening us.
The artist has overdone it, or the missing woman has not slept a day in her life.
Pain? I'll show you some pain, and you'll find your way sharpish.
Come to mess with people's heads some more? Get out of the Baron's territory.
Moving.
Ferguson. Cool.
We mustn't linger.
Is he threatening us?
Poor
You all heard
vagrant.
that? He's threatening us.
What do you want? I got nothing on me.
Man standing before you looks terrible, even by the standards of his surroundings. His right arm is withered and dangles limply at his side. His mouth gross and impressive, 2 remaining teeth. Should go talk to Inktooth. She has plenty to spare. A repulsive odor hangs around him like a cloud, hitting you from 3 paces away. His foul appearance only serves to make his accessories even more striking. A brand new Vox with gilded corners hangs on his chest, while an Austra Militarum cap sits on his head. What's that on your chest?
This is a full-blown relic. Been in a whole family ages. We've treated it long through tough times.
That's no relic. That's a Vox. The Fusiliers had one.
Nice hat. How'd you come by it?
Ah, my old wife made it for me from scratch. Loves the bones of me, she does.
My whole life. What?
The rag man's lying. That's Sergeant Ollie's hat. He was always wearing it.
Where did you really acquire these things?
They're all mine. Only mine. Oh, I didn't steal them.
It's the Austra Militarum equipment. It's crime for anyone other than the guardsmen to possess it. Tell me where you acquired it.
Crime? No, I'm no criminal. I'm clean, honest. Oh, I traded ink tooth for him at the marketplace. Cost me a whole injector of Gergesum.
If he would have been honest, I would give him the Medicaid kit. But he wasn't honest. So, these do not belong to you. Hand them over.
That's right, Commander. Stealing's bad. But stealing from the Sergeant's very bad. Give it here.
Olive grins approvingly in your direction. Take the hands from Vagrant with these. To your surprise, he does not even resist, but simply hands them over and trudges off. Some people around here are accustomed to such treatment. What's our great Vox, Joe? They look like someone who should have been sent to the stinking, smoldering, soaking wet. Armor's rusting right off my body, and the locals reek worse than an Ogren. And yesterday, some half-infected beggar called me brother. Brother? Me? Atrocious. The Ogren is a dumb, hulking beast. I was told he was smarter than the rest because of his implant. It doesn't seem to be working. The idiot just nods at everything I say and grins at me all the time. He sneezed on the back of my neck on patrol the other day. I'm not infected with some abhuman disease. I write to General Aldrich to get me reassigned to normal posting. I'll even pit it politely. If that doesn't work, I have to mention my father. Soldier of the Imperium, son of House Ollie. I will not be treated like the correct draft. Fusilier Cat. We're against +5 fellowship. Would have been nice to him if he didn't lie in the beginning. So here, have a nice hat.
So, if I take on 3 more shifts, I can become the 5th assistant to the deputy attendant. Gonna have to step it up.
The upper hiver ripped the ferals to pieces. Fancy that.
See, that's the thing. It's just like my gran used to say.
Okay, so I found all of the guy's gear. But that takes us around to the hermit out in the swamp.
Never still for long.
Clear? Clear? Shortcut unlocked. Corpse of an old man showing signs of mutations. Appears to have fusion of fins. A freely crest protrudes along the nape of his neck.
In the name of his all-encompassing forgiveness, I reverently inflict gaping wounds. Let them be filled with pain. In in the name of repentance unending, I will rend my flesh and the flesh of those who are blind and deaf. Behold my shame and my guilt. Enduring and persevering, striving to wash away your transgressions. I cast you into an abyss of misery.
Very cool. Can I shoot him? Inspect. Footprints end at the shore. There's slumping slime in the murky water. Yielding to your efforts, swollen, dehumanized corpses slide up into view. A heavy reek of death strikes your nose and soaks in the fabric of your clothes. Tracks led to the place where the workers drowned.
The condition of the bodies indicates prolonged immersion in water. There are traces of local fauna, evident in the multiple bite wounds and loss of soft tissue. Fingers are absent, the abdominal organs are absent. Note that the bodies have decomposed far less than would be expected under these conditions. Make a note to take samples of the local water. It displays pronounced embalming and preservative properties.
Inspect the remnants of clothing. Corpses, badly eaten web fish wearing sturdy uniforms and boots that match exactly those issues to workers of the excavation. Look under the clothing. Fabric clings to the slick corpses and tears away with a sickening, sucking sound. Pale, water-swollen skin is puckered so much that identifying anyone is impossible.
Note the water's unusual impact upon the epidermis. Maceration. That is, wrinkling and peeling of the skin. Typically affects only a drowning victim's hands and feet. In this case, though, the entire body is edematous and almost liquefied by toxins in the seawater. This regrettably greatly hinders identification. It suggests someone knew of these properties and deliberately deposited the bodies here.
Look around. The drowning site is secluded, yet remains fairly visible from the nearest islets. The cameras may well have seen something. Just the preacher. Do you know anything about these bodies?
It grieves me with a sorrow as wide as the river, to speak plainly. I know not the fate of these poor fallen, only that they long ago sank into the stinking abyss. When my steps brought here an unworthy servant of his, I found the bodies, foul and unwept, hurled into the water without benediction. From that hour, I assumed the mission of seeing these miserable ones laid to rest.
Okay. Wrinkled, wretched bodies lie exposed along the shoreside. Athletics. Cool. Boots of the Pain Drinker. When the rider inflicts negative effect on target, target must pass a mental test or fail to lose 1 morale. Fun.
Reconnoitering.
I didn't think I'd make it out of there alive.
Okay, that was a little messed up. Varenson's thugs again. The sledge has rotted their brain. Eyes empty, hands shaking. Stop. You spent more days underwater than you've been on dry land. Take a break, get some rest. How would you know? Unsee is the truth, you know. You swallow the sledge, you can see it. I will say that, and then you go to the fish in the islands. Snap out of it before the sea steals your mind. Go away. I'm sick of you. In the sea, I see the truth. But here, filth, pain, and you. I'd rather lose my mind than live here.
Keeping my eyes open.
Just in case someone gets angry at me for setting Cog up here to whack this stuff. To the brown marshes.
Mind your surroundings.
There's a trap hit. Character enters the trap's area of effect or fails the test of disarmament, will trigger and deal damage to all characters within its area of effect. Click the trap to disarm. If a dotted line extends from a trap, you disarm you control pin on the end of that line.
Acidic runoff has been detected. Warning. Contact will cause a chemical burn.
Never still for long. Be on your guard.
Open. Please open. Thank you. Someone delivered dragged half of the body through filth and wrapped a filthy rag around it. The body has been cut symmetrically, corpse's hands covered in calluses, fingers pointing towards the abandoned utility buildings in the center of Marisporto. Interesting. Very human installations can be found in the hidden corners of Marisporto. Drowned workers. Tracks led to a place where the workers are drowned. I like how I can take the stuff back, that's cool.
Keeping my eyes open.
Hidden Cave. Guardian Helm. When the rarest attack opportunity hits on target, that team must pass a strength test or suffer immobilized for 1 round. And repair kits.
Always on the move.
Got a flashlight. Corpse in the robes of the flock of repentant lies in a contorted pose, its limbs bent at unnatural angles, its ribs protruding from the bloody furrows on its back. Ew. Hidden Cave. Has wounds on the body.
Identifying anomalies in visual representations. Any deviations from the norm will be made apparent.
Holy crap, what? The bodies of horrible wounds were found in the cave. The wounds on the bodies in the cave were inflicted by a lightning claw power weapon. That is some serious crap. Can I have it? Or at the very least, can I not be opposed to buy it? Because that would suck.
Reconnoitering.
Corpse shows no sign of violence. Its astonished face is splattered with someone else's blood, such as a rotting fish tail in a death grip. The thing about lightning claws too is they are heavily used by like Space Marine level characters.
At once.
Which could be an indication of the Chaos Space Marines in the area. The Heretic Astartes. Thanks, Gog.
Tread carefully.
Damp scrolls. We sought them, the punishers of the wicked, his beloved messengers. They are woven from shadows, yet born and darkened from a brilliant flash. When you found their cradle, we will be ready when they come. Our mortal frames will endure the pain. His blessing will descend upon our following.
Initiating data upload to the sacred repository. Data decoded, structured, and appended to the case evidence.
Inspired by Professor Ursma's sermons, the followers of the flock sought an encounter with certain punishers of wickedness sent by the Emperor. That is not good. That's either demon or some sort of heretic. Both are bad. I trust neither. Start the generator.
Be on your guard.
Unyielding heavy armor. Dang, that's pretty good. A biomancy staff. A hound grenade.
Reconnoitering.
That's pretty good. A naturally straight groove in the cave floor emits a faint smell of ozone. Signs of destruction.
Identifying anomalies.
Traces found in the cave match those of the Astartes teleportanium effects previously recorded on Schultes Valor. There be Chaos Space Marines here. That is not pretty good. Was obtained in the cave.
Analyzing data using higher order
Point to the presence of the traitor Astartes in the lower half zones of Hive Sibilis. Key tech is the traitor Astartes in the lower half zones of Hive Sibilis. Violent pacification of civilians terror, and population suppressing by broadcasting vox recordings of torture. Doop-de-doo. We are having issues. As a consequence of the traitor story's campaign of terror.
I sense the presence of warp energy. Whatever sorcerous evil took place here, its power was so immense, still lingered.
Sounds like a quick save.
No sense in delay.
Zero is what? Sorrow? Can you disarm these things? Yes. Bruh. They really trapped the trap.
Reconnoitering.
Athletics, reflexes, agility, defense. That's not too bad for him. I'm going to turn the battle past him as highborn lords and detailed descriptions of their palace interiors. Interesting.
The Holy Ordos teach vigilance. Moving. Be on your guard.
Oh wait, I forgot about this. Maniacs of Vox, my dearest admirer, I am ineffably delighted to meet you. I am certain you took great pleasure in witnessing my installations. Otherwise, our paths would have never crossed. My art transcended the limits of paint and canvas back in the spires, and the noble public fears novelty. And only by descending into the filthy depths of Sibyllus have I been able to reach true heights. Ironic, is it not? Got a blast? Alright. Thank you for joining. Have a good one. Yeah. Blah blah. In the Silencia Sectoris, I realized how limited my thinking had been. The entire world is my canvas, and people are so full of paint. It flows from them endlessly, drenching everything around. This flawless picture haunts me. Arched bodies, fountain torsos, arms and heads, all arranged in a grotesque pattern. True art. With what murderous zeal did I try to replicate it? Finally, I managed to deconstruct those tedious bodies and transform them into sublime satire. That feeling, when from mundane and banal parts something magnificent emerges. Is it familiar to you? I've always been inspired by the duality of Sibyllus, wealth and filth, poverty and luxury. Each part blames the other for its problems. If it cannot live without one another, divine romance. Time has come to enjoy the pinnacle of my conception. Installation is not yet complete. Who then guides this dualistic monstrosity who allowed it to be torn in two? I cannot resist the temptation to ask you, whose head would you, a passionate follower, place upon the neck of this mutant? I can feel you trembling with desire to see my version, and it is almost ready. All it remains is the touch of a genius's hand. This blood simply will not stop, but where in this hole can one find a Medicaid? Anyways.
Initiating data upload to the sacred repository.
Tragedy of the Silencia
Data decoded,
Sectoris.
structured, and appended to the
Thought has been
case
using bodies to create still lifes, fascinated by the bloody events of the Silencia Sectoris. that a needle pistol? Yep. Attacks with a weapon attempt to inflict 2 levels of toxin. Poison needle protrudes from his victim's neck. The head has been neatly sawn off. Being cut suggests it was post-mortem.
Always on the move.
Within the foul-smelling heap, one can make out the rotting parts of human bodies. Gunshot wound to the thigh prematurely ended the career of the installation artist. These same pages in a filthy binding containing numerous blueprints for installations made from bodies. As crowning piece of the installation, the eyes have rolled back, the Maelstrom token is clenched between its teeth. Without many, it composes still lifes on the bodies of his victims. Was found in the hidden cave chamber.
Keeping my eyes open.
Can't really be it for this place, is it?
No sense in delaying.
I just keep resetting. Yeah.
Always on the move. Moving.
Where are the hermits? Okay.
Resolved.
Some from the scraps that even the beggars refuse to take. The people who live here are most wretched inhabitants. Or there is no one lower than them. There's rotten fish. 2 hermits are leaning over a corpse stripped of clothing with a gunshot wound in its chest, clearly trying to think the easiest way to drag it to the scene. Another hermit, an old woman with a malformed appearance, stands nearby, muttering something in a vehement voice. Ogrim growls, and despite having received no order to do so, takes a heavy step towards the hermit. You there, what are you doing?
Don't kill us, good master. Rotten Fish was only giving a litany to usher along this warrior of the God Emperor to rejoin him.
Who are you?
Oh, this is Rotten Fish, good master. A hermit, a diver in the past. and just an old woman now.
Examine the body. The young man's ashen face is frozen in a grimace of disgust. He knows that the mark on the body is relatively new, and his neatly cut hair suggests the deceased could afford to tend to his appearance. Cyril makes the sign of the quill and lowers his head, whispering a prayer, probably a requiem. Examine the gunshot wound. The edges of the wound are slightly charred. The man was shot with a las pistol.
I would like to note the presence of blood in the cadaver's mouth and nostrils. The primary wound, clearly inflicted by a low-power las weapon, did not result in immediate death. It was the victim's subsequent wounds that caused their internal bleeding and eventual demise.
Look for identifying features. The man's forearms has tattoos, some of which signifies his affiliation with the Astra Militarum. What happened here?
The warrior came already wounded. The fish wanted to make a seaweed poultice, but he didn't let her. He shouted, brandishing his weapon and cursing us. And that's the way he died. May he meet the God Emperor on the eternal battlefield.
That's just like Sergeant Harley.
Search the foul-smelling old woman. Search the woman quickly and definitely. Now say with certainty a rotten fish did not pocket anything from the body. Very well. Let's say you didn't kill him.
The fish never would have dared, good master.
Why is he undressed?
As soon as his spirit departed, people took everything he had. That's just the way it goes, noble master. So don't be angry. Why let good things go to waste?
Og, do you recognize this man?
It's Sergeant Harley. He's all dead.
Aw.
I had to protect him. Sergeant Harley was bad at fighting.
Argon's word, Lanther turns his head to him, slowly raises the hand. He's about to place it on his tall shoulder, and stops at the last moment, as if waking from a reverie, and turns away. Sergeant is dead. What will you do now?
I shouldn't get to say.
Silence falls. Cog shifts his gaze from the body to you. You can tell by his expression that he does not have an answer to your question. With a long pause, the Argon says without confidence. Mara leans towards you, so as not to be overheard. Listen, Lash. Ideally, we're supposed to return the Ogren to the Fusiliers. That'd be a pain, and more bureaucracy than we'd like. Anyone asks, you can just flash that signal and tell him he's a property of the Inquisition, commandeered for official duty. Listen, you're staying with me for now. Decide where to assign you later. Fast, and the Cog raises his head and wakes a sign of the quill over his chest, as is customary in the Astra Militarum. The woman's body is marked with patches of scales breaking through her skin. Her eyes resemble that of a fish stranded on the shore, bulging and milky white. Webbing between her fingers glints with luster. To make matters worse, the stench of rot from her greasy garments is so potent that it feels life-threatening, and she greets you with a most cordial smile. What is that strange smell?
Don't be angry, good master. That's the fish. Her body is old, doddery, and ruined by the sea. That's why she's called rotten.
Her body is in work uniforms in the water. Do you know how they ended up there?
The fish saw it, good master. The sea gnaws at our neighbors' bodies. The carvers brought them, poked them in the back with weapons, forced them to jump into the water. Their clothes were foreign and fine, but they were still our kind. Why would the Baron do this to his own people?
Question about you. I mean, about rotten fish.
She'll tell you everything, whatever's useful. Her life's not that interesting, but maybe her story will help. The archenemy crushing with your sure hand, protecting humanity from inhuman taint. The equal of war machines across the land.
What are you chanting?
Rotten Fish remembers. Always remembers, like her nan taught her. A verse about the saint. Repeats it so the fish doesn't forget. So the memory stays.
What do you do here?
The fish lives here, Master. She used to hunker down closer to people, catch fish and grow seaweed. Then the sea blight got worse and she settled here. It's no good to scare people with her sickliness. Rotten fish is no use to anyone, so she lives off her neighbor's kindness and her faith. All banners and aquilas were his to claim. Incorrupt in our memory, he will not fade.
You and your fellow divers are born this way.
No, Master. It's the sea blight. You catch it and it gets worse with time. That's our lot and our service to him. Anyone can become a diver. You just need to learn from your own folks and carve the scriptures into your body and dip yourself in the sea before getting a suit. It will hurt so much you'd rather crawl out of your skin. But after that, it's easier to go out for a catch. And those who don't perform our ritual, the sea takes them much faster.
Suspicious.
This so-called blight is a mutation caused by contact with contaminated water. Advanced stage. I assume younger divers manage to conceal their ailments, but she is no longer able to due to the extent of the damage. It is not contagious, as far as I can surmise, but I still do not recommend touching her.
Okay, I'll be off for now.
She told you. Not much to talk about.
Tell me about this place.
Rotten Fish will tell. She likes to pray. That's why not everyone likes her.
You can tell me about our sport.
A blessed place. Sibelius the Infallible was buried here. And we, the unworthy, live and toil in the name of the God Emperor. Life here is hard. The sea's cruel, the land's dry. But that makes it all the better. You feel that it's all for a reason. Back then, simple but hard-working folk lived here. Some fixed the drains, others, like the fish, went out to the sea. They made rations from fish and seaweed. Over there in that building that's gone now, washed away. The sea fed us, but then the God Emperor grew wrathful, and the sea rose from its shores. It swept away many things, dragged many people into the water. Our divers, they're used to it, but a lot of the common folk perished. Well, no matter. We're managing for now, as long as the sea's calm.
Know anything about Professor Ursus?
May the God Emperor watch over him. Of course I know, Master. Ursimus has lived here with us almost since his childhood. He came when he was still very young. Spoke beautifully, told us about Saint Sibelius just the way it's told in the teachings. Then the flood happened. Ursimus got hurt badly somewhere, and he started gathering the flock around him. It's a good thing, but oh, they've all grown so eager now. But folks are drawn to them. With each passing day, there are more and more of these troubled souls.
Witzfeld. Dang. You appear serene. The activities of the flock clearly do not trouble her.
Sibelius the Good became a traitor's prey. His flesh our oaks rent asunder by villain's knife.
How do you feel about the Baron?
He used to be the head of the local bandits. Not the worst kind. When the sea came, he took all the power for himself. He struggled for a long time trying to set things right. In the end, he started taking the sea sludge from us and using it somehow. In exchange for us harvesting the sludge, he's been protecting our children and giving us some food. The fish can only thank him for that. If it wasn't for him, the swamp uglies would have eaten the rest of us for sure.
Swamp uglies? What do you mean?
Not long ago, the uglies came from the swamps. Mutants. Like people, but with beaks. But who is fish to judge them for their looks? So they attacked us, cutting us down without mercy. Many they even ate right there where they killed them. But then the Baron came with his cronies and drove the uglies back into the swamps. Now they stay there, a bit calmer. Sometimes they wander along the shore looking for food, but they don't bother us anymore.
Talk about something else. Must go.
May the God Emperor show you the way and Sibelius guide you through it.
Okay.
When I cut off my finger, it felt so good. My heart was light and easy.
I cut off my ears and they stopped hearing wicked words. Praise him for guiding us.
Lips can't speak bad words if they're not there. I know how I will praise the God Emperor today. It's a good day.
Bruh.
And I want to see his light and nothing but. Will you help me? I just have to find a spoon.
Rock is right about one thing, the sea clicks won't in. Blood is already scarce. The Baron has a warehouse full of supplies. You want to rob the Baron? Do you have a death wish? The opposite. Sneak into the warehouse, grab what we can, make a run for it. If you don't, we'll starve to death for sure. It's 30%.
Keeping my eyes open.
Alright, so I've explored a lot of things. Let's talk to Cobby real quick.
Always on the move.
I thought you already found out everything you wanted to know. Do you need something else?
I have pistoling crates in your warehouse. Are you aware that this is theft?
Oh. What crates? Ah. I found
was trying to peer into the warehouse from there. See
People
3 thin
throw a lot
scars
of
on
nice
their dirty
stuff
neck.
into the water and we put it to good use. We keep our suits and hoses in these lockers. Everything we need for diving, basically.
Drivers store their diving equipment in containers similar to pistoling crates. Alright.
So long, shore rats. If you want it.
Okay. Drivers store their diving equipment in containers similar to pistoling crates. Baron's gang force a dozen well-dressed people to jump into the sea. His teaching warped the workers' minds, inspiring them to drown themselves in an act of penance. I love how I found practically nothing about this guy. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for stream today. done a bunch of exploring and stuff. So from here, it's either going to the upper town or going out to the Brown Marshes. I think I'm probably going out to the Brown Marshes first. Try to get everything before I confront the Baron. Anyways, that's gonna be it for stream today. Save the game. I will continue Rogue Trader, Dark Heresy tomorrow, Friday. Continuing on from there, probably down to the Brown Marshes. That'll be next stream. Why is my arms freaking out? Anyways. But yeah, with all that said though, it's gonna be forward today. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow, join the Discord, all those things. They help out and whatnot. And yeah. Have a good time, whatever time was in you're in. And bye for now.